Hello everyone, Irish Warlock here, and welcome back to our Final Fantasy 16 Let's Play with part 15. I'm going to do a quick recap of what happened last time, and then we're going to start the game off by doing this little side quest here for Cormac. So, the last session picked up after a 5-year gap, which happened after we destroyed the Mother Crystal Drake's head at Oriflame, and the unfortunate death of Cid. Now, 5 years later, we now go by the name of Cid and are leading the underground group trying to make the world a better place, continuing the fight for Cid, the original Cid. We haven't done much in those 5 years, unfortunately, but we have made some new plans. So last time we did some side quests, we reunited with our old Chocobo Ambrosia, who we only saw at the start of the game. We ended up going to Rosaria because Martha was in a bit of danger. It seems that she and the Branded, she and that priest were protecting were in trouble from a group known as the Black Shields. Unfortunately, while Martha survived, the Branded and the priest didn't, and we took our vengeance out on the Black Shields. The Black Shields seem to be this new group formed by our mother to essentially install law and order through fear and oppression across Rosaria, and they seem to be a mockery of the old shields of Rosaria, which has angered Clive to no extent. We have now, after returning to the hideaway and speaking with Jill, Otto and Gav, we've made a new plan to destroy another Mother Crystal, this one specifically Drake's Breath, which is to the west of Rosaria and is currently held by the Iron Blood. That's the faction that Jill was a prisoner of in the past. To do this, we are going to head back to Rosaria to meet up with our uncle, who is a powerful merchant slash lord, and hoping that he can get us a ship and give us a hand. But first, we'll talk to Cormac.
Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Sorry, I'm leading this group trying to bring a better world for everybody, and you just have me, like, run apples
Nice
across the
being
realm.
Good news for a change.
Fine, I suppose I'll do it. Like, I got nothing better to do, really.
There's a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
You okay, buddy? Talking to your tree or Martel's ghost? Alright, forget dealing with the Mother Crystals and our own mother. Finding a therapist for this place is probably our main priority. Oh yeah, our new base is this cool downed airship, which looks pretty dope from the outside. Before we go off to deliver the apples, I didn't even look where we're going. Oh, we're going over there. I just started running in this direction. Because I wanted to come here. So we usually use this for, like, the training stuff, which I'm not bothered about. But we can change our appearance. Okay, so we can change our appearance. And we can change the appearance of our weapons without changing the stats. I'm not going to do that. I'm kind of happy to keep the sword I have, like, looking as it should. But what does our appearance look like? So this is normal. Oh, no, wrong one. And burnt black. Honestly, I prefer the original. We'll try this for a bit, but we're probably going to swap back to this maybe after a session or two. But we'll stick with this for now. So Jill's normal versus Jill Snow White. Damn, that looks cool. Yeah, she's staying like that. Torgal normal and Torgal icy blue. I like both, but I'll go with icy blue for now. And Ambrosia normal and Rosarian gold. Damn, that is cool. Okay, yeah. So Ambrosia and Jill will definitely stay in their new gear. Torgal's a maybe. Clive is a temporary. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool actually from here. Right, so main quest wise, we are to go back to Rosaria now. But we'll just deliver these apples first.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Was Martel the woman we helped early on in the game? We did a side quest to go save her. And she was like, oh, ignore the other gardener. He's a bit of an ass. Okay, well, let's do this one. At least they're all here together in the hideaway. I don't have to go running across the countryside looking for them.
For your service.
There you go.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Oh yeah, sorry. I've got nothing better to do, do I?
So much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid.
Yeah, no
You can
problem.
leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
I'm just a messenger boy. Do we not have people like to do that? To like run between different areas and carry messages? No, look at the leader, the guy who's trying to save the world to do it. Sure. Also guys, just in case you're not aware, we also have a Baldur's Gate 3 and a Starfield Let's Play going on at this time. So hopefully for the next couple of weeks, those will be our 3 Let's Plays. Final Fantasy 16, Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. With the idea that we will hopefully finish Final Fantasy 16 before the end of October, and then Final Fantasy 16 will be replaced by Spider-Man. There probably will be a bit of layover where I've got 4 Let's Plays going on at the same time, because I do want to do Spider-Man like the day it comes out, so we'll just have to work around that. I'll probably try and do a few extra Final Fantasy 16s as like each week, and maybe make them a little bit longer just to kind of fill it out. I'm roughly on the 50-cent mark of completing this game.
And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for.
Yay, apples.
They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay, dude, you're starting to freak me out a little bit.
It's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
I get you, mister. Like, I am very sorry that you've lost someone important, but this is a bit weird now. And we have some apples in our chambers. Hopefully they do not rot. Right then. Back to our actual job of trying to save the goddamn world. Before we do that though, I'm going to do one quick thing, and that is level something up. And I'm going to pick this one, the last fire one. Yeah, that sounds good. And going to replace one of the, against my better judgment, I'm going to praise ignition. Even though I do love it. Try something out. It's a little bit different, and it's technically a little bit better. I mean, Heatwave isn't that amazing, and it's upgraded, but something different. You know, I'll replace Heatwave with Rising Flames just to see. So we are heading back to Rosaria, to here, to the Hawk's Cry Cliff. From these Hathered Highlands, one might catch a glimpse of Rosalind Castle and everything else in between. So, if I remember correct, yeah, it is just an extension of the old Rosaria map, so you can technically eventually just connect this into one big map. So it's like one big map for Rosaria, one big map for Sambrek, and one big map for another place.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow...
Constantly leaving Gav behind, he better not betray us.
I always knew that I would return one day.
Yeah, this must be pretty hard for her.
Return
Eventually.
to Ironhome.
Yeah, going back to Ironhome after everything that's happened to her.
For what?
For revenge.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
For revenge.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Right, and we can see Rosalind
How far do
Castle
you
in
think
the
your
distance
mother's
there.
reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Most likely.
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Right then, to this little village of Amber. Where is it? Down this way. Ah, yeah, I thought that would happen. Oh, I took the wrong one off, didn't I? Yeah. Alright, quickly deal with these and reassign the power. Okay, good. Let's quickly go in and fix that mistake. Heat wave should be on square. Rising flame should be on square, I should say. And flames of rebirth should be on triangle. Okay, now we're back to normal. Right then, so this is Amber. Why does every village here just look so bleak and depressing? Like, I know the world's not great and everything, but like, it's just void of life and colour. Like, it's absolutely depressing to look at it.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Oh, we got some black shields.
Must be cleansed of the
Right, let's gut them.
Her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Must be here for something else.
Are they looking for us, maybe?
Dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son.
Alright, speak with 2 villagers. And there's one, but I do believe...
What's mine is yours.
Yeah, I don't have any potions.
There you are. You won't be disappointed.
And I need more for that one. But I can get rid of this.
I reckon that's fair. There you are.
There we go. Right. Back to full fighting strength. So you, youth, what can you tell me?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
Okay, so something is going on.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the Highborn, and now a great camp sprung up along the walls.
Okay, that's a bit worrying. How will we get inside? I mean, we're technically highborn. Maybe we can convince them to let us in. Where? Oh, hello.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
Well, none of that sounds good.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands.
What's a firebrand?
If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
Oh, you little ponce.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
Could
we need
be,
to
but
find
we've
out.
never been down this way before, so like they have no reason to look for us here. They'd be looking at Martha's Rest, not all the way down in the, as he said, like the arse end of nowhere. My guess is there must be some other person or group causing trouble for our mother and the Black Shields, but I suppose we'll see soon enough, hopefully.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
Very
You
obvious.
couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
Alright, old
I
man,
speak
come
for
on.
the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone.
Better to die on your
might call
feet,
it
old man.
submission, but if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Okay, I suppose that's
Then we shall be
fair
on our
enough,
way.
actually.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Right then, so we are to go and follow this path and get down here to the next village. Across this, what looks like a bridge anyway, to a village over here. Alright then, let us get going.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Oh, it's some of these robot things. I haven't seen these in a while.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. They're not going to like it.
Ah, that was easy enough. Any plan on telling us what the idea is, Clive, or are we just gonna leave it up in the air till later on? Alright then, good to know. So, I have this bit of a theory about where the game's story is eventually going to lead us. Oh, hello, what are you? Oh, yeah, you weird jack-o'-lantern things. Bombs, that's what they're called. So yeah, I've got this weird theory that the game is eventually setting up, maybe at the very end, for Clive to be ruling Rosaria. Because we have a lot of different story beats that seem to indicate at least Clive being in some sort of power. So, oh, we can see some black shields down there. Okay, well, we'll deal with them and then we'll continue on. Oh, I need to use this new power as well. Hello. Let's see what this does. Oh! Dang, that is good. Wow, that was quick. Okay, that's my new favorite power. That is definitely my new favorite power. So yeah, setting up Clive to rule Rosaria. So from the very beginning, Sid is like, we need to create a new world that is better for everybody. Unbranded, branded, and dominance, where everyone is free to live and die as they see fit. So, good. Then we get set up with this country that used to be pretty great. Wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. Because we do see at the start of the game, when we first talk to a branded back in the flashback, they're like, oh, well, they're better treated here than they are in other places. And that does seem to be the case for even just the general populace, as we've seen in like Martha's Rest and Eastpool, that the locals are just generally a bit more branded positive, I think is the best way to phrase it. So we've got this new world that needs to be created for everybody, and we've got this country that is suffering, and in the past it was at least slightly better than the rest of the world. We've got Clive, the eldest child who was never meant to be heir, coming back to overthrow a tyrannical parent. And it seems like we've got different groups fighting to make it a better place. So we obviously got Clive's resistance group. We've got this new like firebrand group they were talking about, that they seem to be, that the Black Shields are hunting here, that we're now looking for. And back at Martha's Rest, there's a mercenary company that seems to be like the town guards. I think it's like the Blood Axe mercenary or something. And if you walk around Martha's Rest and listen to them, they're very anti-imperial and pro-Rosaria. We even talked to him briefly, and he was very much like, oh yeah, the old days were so great. And like when Martha was in trouble, they were all like, oh, if they come back here, we'll gut them, we'll make sure they know what it's like to face off against true Rosarians. So it seems every little story. And now we've also got our uncle, who hopefully is friendly and amicable. So yeah, it just seems the story is pushing a lot that the end game might be Clive ruling over a reclaimed Rosaria that is better, not just for the people of Rosaria, but also for the branded and the dominants who want to get away from everything. Right, well, let's go pick this up and then we'll cross the bridge. And I assume that's going to be the village we're going to over there. And we have spiders. I hate spiders so much. I genuinely cannot stand them. Oh, they make my skin crawl. Just ever since I was a little kid, they just freak me out way too much. Is that blood? Quite a lot of blood.
Clive.
And still wet.
Oh, hello.
To stay in your homes.
Oh, we're travelers. We don't have homes here. Nope, not even going to try and talk away. Just going to gut them.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
If you knew who we were, you'd run.
Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Yeah, you're gonna hate this.
Show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Oh, I cannot wait to upgrade this power more and just make it so freaking OP. I'm not dealing a lot of damage. Oh, the freaking mage is healing them. Alright, well that's been dealt with. Always go after the healer first. That's the rule, isn't it? I think it says that somewhere. And they are down. Know your place against a true shield. Oh, we have a prisoner. Nice.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Who are the Guardians of the Flame? Is that the name they've given us?
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Are we the Guardians of the Flame? It doesn't seem like a name you'd give your enemy. So they must be the other group, or... yeah, the other group that's running around being in general pain for the Black Shields and our mother. Let's see what's on here. Or let's see what's in here. I have a very bad feeling about it.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. Oh, it's bad. God, this game is just bleak. Why is it always so bleak? Oh, and they're all branded, aren't they?
This was my mother's doing.
But why?
She's a psycho, that's why.
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Okay. Forget the Mother Crystal. Let's just go
Can't leave them here like
decapitate our mother because, my God, she is sadistic.
But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Dear God, it's just like... every time I think this game, like I've understood what its themes are and how it's going to come across, it just goes crazy. Like, I thought Eastpool was going to be as bad as it was, but that's so much worse.
No, I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalia.
Okay, so that's how we get back over to where Martha's Rest is, I assume? Yeah, because there's the Abbey, there's Martha's Rest. So I assume later on that'll open up so we can explore this area as one big, like, mini open world. Yeah, it looks like it's closed off for the moment. But it's not where we need to go anyway, so it doesn't matter. Can I talk to you?
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you?
Unfortunately.
Some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going down there, mate. It's not a pretty sight. There's no point going over there, so let's just keep going and hope we reach Port Isolde soon.
But this is their home.
I don't think the Empire actually cares that it's their home anymore. It's theirs now, and that's all that matters to them. devil crabs. Okay. I'm not going to really bother with them. Is this Port Isolde up here? I mean, I don't see a coastline, so I don't know if it is.
The Lazarus.
Okay, it's not.
What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Okay, the Lazarus, whatever that means. Yeah, just stay over there. You stay over there and I'll stay over here.
Company.
Okay, so this is Port Isolde up here.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
So we're going to fight our way in? Are we going to bribe or persuade our way through? What's the plan? Going to do a little quest for the guard?
My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Vice friends dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in or we'll die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in here.
Oh, get enough for everything!
And you chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your
Swallow
stall.
Cut you down where you stand.
Just try it.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed.
Hey, is there a back door?
Need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
Well, that was my idea too.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no.
There's always an
once told me
unofficial
that
way
the
in.
nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Yes, you can't walk amongst the filthy peasantry.
We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
Probably not. And it's probably not abandoned either.
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Well, hopefully not. So I guess the Lazarus district, maybe it's the, like, nobles district, like, just outside of town. They were their own little private community. Does that make sense? Nobles don't really want to mix with the lower riffraff, would they? Right then, got two directions. Suppose we check up here
This
first.
is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Alright, nothing here then. So we go this way.
Not abandoned then.
Hello! Don't mind us.
Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Just, yeah, wrong turn, sorry. That's probably not good.
Or not.
I mean, they're not going to pose much of a threat, are they? Not to this, anyway. Ah! Oh. I was like, what happened there? Oh, okay. Killed the mage. I mean, they went down pretty easily, didn't they?
I've only ever seen one man fight like that.
Oh, yeah.
He's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Bring it on. Hang on.
Blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be.
It's,
I was there when you died.
what's his name? It's Sir Wade. From the start of the game. The red shirt, who I said was definitely going to die painfully. These are the Guardians, aren't they?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Oh, this is brilliant. Also, sorry about killing all of your men.
It is you.
It is. So wait.
Aww. Did Tyler make it?
We can speak inside.
Yeah, we'll get the apologies in order, will we? Oh, they're okay. Oh, we just gave them a beating. We didn't kill them. That's good.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields
Fighting
can
for
do
old Rosaria against the
might
odds.
of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense that
Maybe
she
she
gets a
can't
new
bear the
child.
thought of anyone
Obviously
having the power to
replacing
challenge
Joshua.
her beloved
Not
son.
replacing us, because she didn't give a damn about us.
Son.
But why would her
wait,
new
the
child
Black
make her
Shields have
hate
broken camp.
bearers?
They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
Right then. Let's kill some more Black Shields.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
Oh, the honor is ours, Wade.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Oh, I love his ambition.
I am imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I don't think we need... I didn't use any potions, so we don't need any. We'll just go straight to Wade.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills.
So a little bit of an
This will
ambush.
allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
Okay, so the Guardians
How
will be a
small
distraction
exactly?
while we deal with the main group.
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace.
Revenge.
The Black Shields.
And so we shall.
A lot of getting revenge in this episode. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions. However, depending on destination, they may choose to remain in the hideaway. Okay, so I assume that means, like, if we left here now, if we can, and went to Sambrek, Wade wouldn't be with us. But if we came back, Wade would. So they're not just companions being with us, aren't just story specific, they're location specific as well.
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
But this one, the new one, takes a long time to cool down, doesn't it? Alright, well, we'll stick with lightning for now. And you know what? Wade being alive and leading this group just seems to lend more weight to the idea that we're going to be taking back Rosaria. The fact that it's an old character who served our father and served alongside us. It just makes a lot more sense.
There they are.
Right then.
On your command, my lord.
Let's just get in there and start killing. Oh, look, it's back. Alright, well, we'll use it now.
What is it now? I told you.
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Your
And
revolution ends
just
here.
mass wipeout.
On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell.
Oh, that was easy.
Reinforcements from the far bank.
Maybe not. Oh, they got a wyvern. Alright, well, we'll focus on the wyvern. Do a heal. Oh, big heal.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, nearly down, nearly down. And it's down. Last of the guys. should be done. And that's them. Nice. Oh, not nice.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one.
That weapon is pretty cool, to be honest.
You have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Oh. They do a stone skin. Quick heal, and then we go Super Saiyan. Okay, just wail everything on him, nice and quick.
So wait! Founder, there's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
Okay, you deal with those guys, I'll deal with Knight. Hang on, just 1 second. I think. Take a strength tonic. Quick strength tonic and a cheeky small heal. And Super Saiyan. Quickly end this night. Yeah, look at that, just carving through the health. And they're down.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mine. Lord. Perhaps this will
Damn right we did.
stop the Cullings.
Bloody proud of
For
it,
the
mate.
time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder.
And then we'll keep killing them and killing them until it's over.
Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Oh, that's
Since the
good.
beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming
I
the
was
Guardians.
worried that he wouldn't actually
And
be
had I
fully on
weathered
our
this
side,
tunnel
but if
back
he's
then,
helping Wade, then
I
he's
wouldn't
probably
almost have
trustworthy.
been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
Might be a bit tricky,
I might have something which could help with the latter.
but that would be helpful.
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Does every secret group have their own, like, brand to show off?
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do.
Like, I get having a way
I
to
don't want my men attacking you
show
again.
to your allies that, like, oh no, I'm secretly
deserve
part of your group. Or just having
If only
something
Sir
to
Tyler
wear
could
is
have
a
been
bit...
here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Oh, Tyler didn't make it. Damn.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
If you ever need us just to kill more Black Shields, that's always good too. Although I'm sure we'll see Wade again someday.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Would he greet us with open arms or a sword?
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Great. A not sword, with an axe. Close enough.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
Sees a bit of a resemblance anyway.
Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
What you doing, Clive?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot.
Okay.
Loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Just got to look up what the hell is going on here.
Sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Oh, he recognizes him.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Oh, so they obviously acted together or something when he was younger.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Madder in the twins.
Oh,
Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Oh, I like the uncle.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Not the cheap stuff. Not for the common folk.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
But you can make up for it now. Help us.
All right. If it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have.
Yes.
I've a
My man.
gallant but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim.
That is totally fair, to be honest.
But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Oh?
Whose authority?
On your own, of course.
Oh.
You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's
She's
say
just
no
like,
more about it. To linger
maybe?
on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
I love Byron so much. He's just like, oh, my nephew's not dead. Oh, you're an outlaw. Brilliant. Where's my sword? Let's get going. Doesn't care what we want. He's just happy to have us and happy to be with his family. That's a good character.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Oh, but something's wrong with Jill.
Once
She's obviously dealing with some trauma from her time with the Iron Blood.
Sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Oh, Jill.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Oh, they're so cute together.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Right then, let's get back to the hideout. I suppose that means we've got some more story bits to get through before we go after the Mother Crystal. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Vivian, and I can see there's a side quest up there, so we'll do that after we talk with Vivian. And there's a side quest up there as well. Okay, so we will talk with Vivian, and then we will do the 2 side quests. And after that, we'll debate whether we're going to end or not, depending on what the next main mission is. Hello, Vivian.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charm.
Oh yeah, so smooth, Clive, so smooth.
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies.
Of course.
Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
So they're out for a holy crusade, essentially, to reclaim the Mother Crystals.
The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
Worlds that could have been.
They sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
Oh, thank you. That is my plan. Revenge above all else.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go straight back to Port Isolde. Okay, then. I suppose then we'll do the 2 side quests, and then we'll end the session there. There's no point going back to Port Isolde and starting a big chunk of the next session of the game when we're only going to play probably another 20 minutes after we do the side quests. So yeah, side quests ended up, and then next session back to Port Isolde and off to Ironhome. Now there's one thing I do want to look at though. So Vivian mentioned Drake's Eye. Oh, no. Yeah, she mentioned Drake's Eye, which I assume is a Mother Crystal, because all the Mother Crystals are called Drake's Head, Drake's Spine, Drake's Breath, essentially. And that the Northern Kingdoms marched south when it happened, so I assume that means Drake's Eye was somewhere up here, where the Blight is. So Sid said that the Blight was being caused by the Mother Crystals sucking the ether, the magic, out of the world. What if it's the other way around now? What if the Mother Crystals, when they're destroyed, that's how the Blight spreads? What if all of this up here is caused because Drake's Eye collapsed, and now by destroying Drake's Head here and planning to destroy Drake's Breath here, we're just going to accelerate it? I mean, that would be a good twist to turn against us. I suppose we're just going to see what happens. But for now, nothing we can really do with that until the story progresses further. So for now, we'll just do this side quest.
There are new billets being put.
August, hello.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
I mean, we can't really have our blacksmith be in a mood, so yeah, we better help him.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Okay then, so we'll start this quest and then we'll go talk to Blackthorn.
Typical nobles.
Ivan or Ivan or something.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old Tomes.
It's a cookbook.
Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Aww.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Well, as a lover of good food, how could I say no?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Right, so we talked to Blackthorn, see what's going on with him, and then we head to Martha's Rest.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Ah.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was.
Oh, he's having an identity crisis.
Yeah. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right, we're going.
He's not sure in his skill and who he is anymore, but we have to sort that out.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Right then, hello Karen. Please help us.
Do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Oh,
Here, there's a
fancy.
griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Cairnorvin, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets.
Coward.
See if I can't sniff
Probably
out
fair,
who
though.
he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Right then, so we'll go check the monster board to see where this griffin is. Although he said Sambrec. Although Sambrec is quite large. Hello. Ask about griffins. Did I hear you say you were hoping to hunt down a griffin, Kupo? Then do I have a billet for you, Kupo, and especially a harbour one the locals call Dosmere. That's a cool name. Angel of Death, that's still ridiculous. I have to actually go track some of these down. Like, there's a good bit of money in them that I should really be trying to get. Dosmere, while passing on the trail from Lostwing to Cairnovant, one of our order was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong that it beat back the trunks of old oaks and heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals revealed that this area was the nesting place of an elder griffin known as Dosmere, a beast much hated for its appetite of both chocobos and children. Damn. Okay, so we really got to go deal with this Dosmere. We get 8.5 grand for it, though. That's pretty cool. And the west gate of Cairnorvant. Cairnorvant is where we fought Benedicta, where she had Joshua prisoner, which is here, I believe. So yeah, we'll go to Cairnorvant, fight the griffin, then we'll go to Martha's Rest, look for the ingredients, then we'll come back to the hideaway, and then we'll end things up. So, I shall see you all at Cairnorvant. Right then, here we are at Cairnorvant. Been a while since we've been here. And let's see if we can find this griffin or the
Griffins
hunter.
don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Let's hope our craftsman hasn't had something bitten off. Where? Oh. Hello, there you are. You look very lovely, but I do have to kill you, I'm afraid. Right then. Rank B, I assume that means you're going to be a bit of a struggle.
Leatherwork will have to wait.
Oh, straight in. Okay, I'm going to take a stone skin right now. Just give myself a little bit of extra safety. Oh, goddamn. And strength tonic as well. I'm gonna try and save that new fire one, Rising Phoenix, for when it's staggered, just to maximize damage. Because its cooldown is ridiculously long. Ah, damn. Thought I could get out and dodge in time. Oh. Oh, damn. Heal quick. Okay, quickly, get in, get in. And then just go full Super Saiyan and wail on him as much as I can. Dang it. Come on, stagger him again. Brilliant. Nearly there. Oh. Right in the face. Woo! That was a good fight. That was a very good fight. Oh, I do feel bad though. I like Griffins, they're so cool.
Is something there, boy?
Ah, I think we found our man.
Could that be our man?
Hello, are you okay?
Are you alright?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Or take a harass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass.
Oh, that's
if
nice,
your
yeah.
man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry.
Suppose it's a
I'd
fair
say
trade
it's the
then.
least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
Suppose
In
that's
that
fair.
case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Right then. So we head to Martha's Rest to look for these missing ingredients and then back to the hideaway. Right then, here's the butcher. So let's see what these mystery ingredients are. Nope. There we go.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What
I
can
love
do?
his voice.
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails.
Scorpion
I
tails,
believe this is
seriously.
what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Right then, let's go find some scorpions, I guess. Bloody weird ingredient. Right then, here be scorpions. Let's deal with them.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Alright, let's see them handle this. Oh, they handled it quite well, actually. But they went down easily enough anyway. Right, yeah, scorpion tails, Jesus.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Right then, yeah, back to the hideaway. Right then, we talk to Ivan first, and then we talk to Blackthorn and wrap things up.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
Yeah, here's your weird ass scorpions.
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long. I present.
Looks appetizing.
Oh. Once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Yeah, right choice, Clive. Right choice.
It'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise
What, seriously?
meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Right, mate. Well, do call me next time you want to try out some weird recipe. See what other weird ass creatures or monsters you want me to hunt for your dinner. Okay, Blackthorn, let's get you out of your funk.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself.
That's okay.
Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
I was happy to do it. And we level up. Brilliant. And we got a recipe for crafting. Okay, let's take a look at that. Drake Slayer. Nice. Sounds interesting. Design drafts, yeah. Kind of figured that. Use the forge. Drake Slayer belt. So I need some electrum. And bracers. I need gelatinous mass. So we do not have the right materials yet, but we will look for them. Probably have to get them from specific monsters on the monster board, I think. Right, before we wrap things up, I did see, I just forgot to mention it, that we got some missives in our quarters. So let's take a look at what's come through for us. Oh, all quiet in the Dominion. The Dalmex and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slung curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realise what a stinking pile of choco shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay a wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I'll keep you apprised, Gav. So they're in a bit of a cold war down south at the moment. Hopefully that gives us time to sort things out up north before we go down to deal with them. A flame none brighter. From Wade. My Lord Marquis, I ask once again for you to give my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you've shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Still Windows many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians. I am now proud to stand alongside you once again. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so we've got Wade kind of on call if we do have to go and take back Rosaria by force. Brilliant. An apple a day. Lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning, sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to Old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they were doing a fine job. Was it time you'd catch none but Sid supping on those what for their fell bite? But for him it was neither about the flavour but what they represented, our ability to make it on our own, and look at us now, Sid would be proud. I'm sure he is. And a bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels like we must suffer another two apart. I'm glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your Chocoboy sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here so many years later we find that she spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? I suppose they don't. But anyway, since now we have to go talk to Jill and head off to Ironholm, it seems like the best point to start winding things down. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you had, do leave a like and a comment. It is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to also check out the Starfield Let's Play and the Baldur's Gate Let's Play. I would greatly appreciate that as well. If you want to stay up to date on other stuff I'm working on, do check me out on Twitter and Medium. The links are in the description below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the content going forward. And I shall see you all next time.